Hi, my name is Kamina and this is Anna, and we're representatives of cGEM McMaster. We're here today to introduce you all to the antibiotic industry's next biggest game changer, vaccines. Now here's the problem. It worms your way into your heart. It's there, but you won't know until you hear that diagnosis, and that's when the panic starts to set in. It is a superbug, a strain of bacteria which are resistant to antibiotics. Now, antibiotic resistance is a phenomenon that occurs when the overuse of antibiotics leads to mutations or changes in bacterial genetic information. Antibiotics are generally given to kill bacteria in infected patients, but in the case of antibiotic-resistant infections, the infection unfortunately persists, causing patient death. In 2018, for example, 6.25% of Canadians admitted to hospitals ended up developing an antibiotic-resistant infection, and around 15 Canadians died each day as a result. So to give a brief overview of the science of everything, with the prevalence of antibiotic resistance, it probably isn't surprising to hear that there are numerous methods that have been trialed to deal with resistant bacteria. However, many of these alternatives, such as phage therapy or antibodies, are either way too dangerous, way too expensive, or just way too unscalable. So in search of a solution, numerous studies have reported antibacterial activity of something called antisense oligonucleotides, or ASOs for short, to combat antimicrobial drug resistance. An ASO is basically a piece of synthetic genetic material that can counter the effects of bacterial resistance. They basically act as genetic snipers, which cause bacterial death by inhibiting the production of bacterial resistance factors. However, resistance to ASOs can unfortunately also arise. As bacteria quickly mutate, we need a way to redesign ASOs to target mutated bacterial sequences to not only lengthen the effectiveness of ASOs, but also the paired antibiotics. To achieve this goal, cGEM McMaster has developed a novel ASO sequence generating software, vaccines. With our product, we are able to avoid the billion-dollar cost of developing new antibiotics, and we can use the well-studied, safe antibiotics we already know and love to tackle the same resistant infections. With that, I'll hand it off to Anna.
Thanks, Carmina. So we've done a thorough analysis of our different strengths and weaknesses, as well as the several potential opportunities and markets that we can tap to. Our biggest strength is the opportunity to break into a $45 billion antibiotic industry. This industry doesn't have many competitors, and so we'd be able to tap into this huge market value, especially since our software has such great potential for market success with our novelty. Our idea is easily patentable, which will greatly increase the overall value of our startup. And because our product isn't just a single ASO, but rather a software to screen for and develop all possible effective ASOs, this will speed up and allow for large-scale trials to test ASO efficacy, again, increasing our value. So the opportunities arise from a huge focus on antibiotic resistance research globally. This means that there are many opportunities to sell to a wide variety of groups, including government, industry, academia, etc. See, by solving the antibiotic resistance problem, vaccines becomes extremely valuable and worthy of investing in. So the projected value for vaccines is difficult to make due to the novelty of the software. However, if we presume our product will in any way parallel the antibiotic industry, we have one word for you, and that is growth. Currently, the American antibiotic industry is valued at $45 billion USD, and it's expected to grow 4% annually, reaching $62 billion USD by 2026. And the reason we're here today is because we want you folks to be part of that. As of currently, our market and our system is aimed to develop in North America, as it has been projected to dominate the antibiotics market and due to the sheer need for antibiotic alternatives. We are interested primarily in the Canadian market due to the ease of obtaining patents, and we plan to work with the Canadian government to create campaigns for proper use of ASOs to combat antibiotic resistance. We also aim to partner with leading research institutions in North America and ultimately merge with a pharmaceutical company. This will allow to gain an increased number of distribution channels, which will benefit from our product. By increasing our scale of operations, vaccines also becomes cheaper to administer to research centers, big pharma, and public health, resulting in a favorable outcome for all players in the market, including you. So our successful entry into the market is a one-way drive down patent lane. Strong candidates for patents have to be novel, inventive, and useful, all features that we have. So in order to capitalize on all commercial opportunities, we plan to patent our software as soon as possible, ensuring high profits from royalties from a wide variety of sources. We predict to be patentable in Canada within the next few years, since there are no existing patents that have anything quite like us. See, our approach to redesigning antisense oligonucleotides could truly revolutionize the battle of antimicrobial resistance. With our program, gaining patents is a simple check off the patent criteria. Novelty, inventiveness, utility, we have it all. Now, patents are not cheap, and that is why we need you to invest and capitalize on this amazing opportunity. We thank you for your interest in BackSense, and we hope to work with you soon.